Okay, we're gonna watch some Japanese league today. This is TJ Defalco's team versus Muserskiy's team. If you don't know who he is, he's I don't know, maybe a 38-year-old Russian dude who's over 7 foot. He's an absolute beast. I think he's one of the highest paid volleyball players of all time. And yeah, he's a beast. So we got some pretty nice stats here, I'm not gonna lie. Like Defalco on his attack, he was 28 for 48 with 8 errors, so 20 for 48. That's like 400, something like that. Lucarelli didn't have the best game. 9 errors with 12 kills on 36 attacks. Not the best game for him. But this is Dimitriy Muserskiy here. Pretty good game for him. But yeah, he's a beast. We'll see. And then we got Takahashi ran here as well. And then yeah, so probably two of the best teams in the Japanese league. Pretty good scores here. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Get into it. Should be a pretty good game though. Yeah, and this is the Japanese national team setter as well. He's a very good player. Ran Takahashi starting it off from the back row there. He's a very good player too. He's an undersized outside for like the VNL and Olympic standpoint, I'd say, but his explosiveness and his technique makes him fine. Oh, also I forgot Schlifka's on this team as well. That's Schlifka. Hold on. Just gotta check it. Just gotta check it real quick, y'all. Yeah. Okay, that's Schlifka. Okay, so this number 11 right here, he is the Polish, one of the Polish outsides on the national team. Ooh, right off the bat, he gets blocked here. Or sorry, TJ Falco gets blocked here. Schlifka gets the block. It's a nice block move. I saw a video earlier today about blocking, like blocking with your feet instead of your hands, and like it seems paradoxical if you don't understand it, but like you need to get your feet to the ball so that you can take a good or like make a good block move, and it does make sense. You are pretty much blocking with your feet instead of your arms because if you're drifting all the time, you're not going to be able to make good, stable block moves. This right here is why Muserskiy is so high paid because he's just so huge and he just swings very hard, very high every single time. I have a guy in my league named Sigurd Barming, and he's like the Danish league version of Muserskiy. See, that's a good run. And this guy like really cheats over. And you see a lot of Japanese setters or like undersized setters doing this, where like they're doing that to really make sure they're getting a full massive swing block. But I don't mind them like him getting out of the way of that middle too, because it just then that guy can cheat over without like them like then cover extra space or like kind of overlap on the same space, if that makes sense. Who is this guy? So we have, shoot, I didn't realize. Okay. Fujiwara, he's also on the Japanese team, I believe. He's a good player. And yeah, this is a really classic thing from Muserskiy. Just like anytime they're in trouble, throw it high to Muserskiy. Hopefully he can figure it out. He's not able to there, but still. Oh, that's a really nice swing by Takahashi right in there. Super nice cross swing. All right, we got a reverse float. Ooh, missed it completely. It's an undersized setter. Two undersized setters going at each other. Look at this mismatch right here, okay? Tiny, huge. They're gonna attack that mismatch no matter what the deal is. And he takes a smart swing. He swings line over top of him all day. Like if you're if you're a 7 footer and you're going against a 5'5" setter, attack that. Attack that mismatch every single time. They serve short there. Schlifka. Schlifka does a lot of this. So he's a lefty, if I didn't say that already. And he does a lot of stuff like that, just like throwing it into the block, tipping it off, doing a bunch of stuff like that. He's a very creative outside attacker. But it didn't seem like he was really getting that many sets. But when you have Muserskiy on your team, that makes sense. Yeah. Out of bounds. So is Lucarelli? I think Lucarelli's playing right side for them right now. Which, oh no. No, 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 no. TJ Defalco's playing right side for them. Wow. Interesting, man. At least that's what it seems like. Yeah. Yeah, it is. So interesting. Okay. Well, maybe this could be for a few reasons. Maybe with their guys, it's their best option, but also it gets TJ Defalco away from Muserskiy. It lets TJ Defalco take some swings away from Muserskiy instead of having to swing at him every single time. Because Muserskiy, he's obviously huge. He's going to put some really big block moves up. Perfect. Perfect pass. Good block. Dives in. Yeah, and this is why it's important to press, because this guy's still trying to take it sharp over here, but the amount that this middle pressed over the net, he took up so much space. If you're also if you're trying to figure out how to pass a float with your platform, watch how the Japanese players do it. Because I mean, all throughout Japan, they are all just diming float serves off their platform every single time. It's a really nice swing here. Good run. Straight to Muserskiy. And personally, if I'm playing against Muserskiy and he's back row, I'm gonna attack him on defense all the time because I mean, as a 7-footer, you're probably not gonna be as agile as someone else might be. But again, like look at this right here. This is crazy. I want to point this out as well. Look how low he stays. Like the ball's deep, he stays low, gets space on his platform, gets it outside of his body. Beautiful. I want to see that. I want to see that play one more time. Okay. Gets it deep, puts it up there. Perfect pass, and swings cross. Beautiful. And yeah, like in the Japanese league, a lot of the Japanese players just have phenomenal technique when they're passing floats with their platforms. I don't mind this at all. And TJ Falco hit a lot, like did this a bit in the Olympics as well because they had Matt Anderson step in and pass sometimes. They did some weird stuff. Ooh, uh-oh. Uh-oh, miscommunication. But I like TJ Falco from the back row because he can just fly forward and the ball's in front of him and he can just swing hard and quickly. Like he's a player that swings really well from the pipe and the same reason why he's good at swinging from the pipe is going to help him on the D ball or the A ball, whatever you call hitting from the back row from the one. I will say I don't think he plays much one spot defense though. That one wasn't really too aggressive. He probably could have picked that one up. Wow, this libero covered a ton of space here. I don't mind that at all. I don't mind it at all. I don't mind it if you're diming it. If you're not diming that, I don't like that. But if you are diming it, take as much space as you want. Being able to cover a ton of space as a libero in serve receive and in defense, obviously. Huge. That makes a big difference. This is probably why Lucarelli had a pretty tough game with a lot of errors, is because he went against Muserskiy and Muserskiy's able to just standing take up all that space. But Lucarelli had a ton of line that he could have swung into there. So it's about 50-50 on, yeah, big block, but also bad choice. Lefty middle, I don't mind that at all. But again, I've said this a few times, you still have to, if you're setting from back here, setting to the middle, you have to keep it in front of them. Lefty spinner. That's a middle, man. That's cool. You don't see too many lefty middles, but that dude, he's doing just fine. Out of bounds. Muserskiy going back to serve, big old spin. And he really lets himself drift in this way, so it's kind of uncommon for him to hit to that one or that 5 spot probably. Normal floater. Again, it's a pretty dang good pass off the platform. And in America, we teach people to go up and take the float with their hands, but it's really important to be able to do both. Okay? Because at a level like this, where guys are hitting really, really good floats, it's hard to get your feet quickly under that ball so that you can take it with your hands. I think this is so important too. Being able to do this as a libero is like go take some extra space, do something different, change it up. As this dude's tossing, he's not really expecting you to move around, and you can do whatever you want. You can play mind games with him too. Like even if it's not the most aggressive serve, you can still mess with them and make them overthink their serve. Really nice swing here. Takahashi ran, takes it super sharp here. Let's see where it lands. Wow. Lefty cut. Doesn't happen much. Back row to Lucarelli. Hey, Muserskiy just digging it though. Sitting in, popping it up high. Give it to him from the back row. Jeez, man. Is that in? Jeez, look at this, man. He's barely on any sort of approach. It's pretty much just a 1-2 step jump. He's still able to just go OT on everyone. But this is the correct defense for playing against him because he swings to that deep corner a lot because you can just go over the top. I'd say this libero should probably be a little bit deeper to cover that swing because he's not going to be able to bounce the line in that scenario like here. That would have been the correct read is to go deep into that line seam right here where I'm pointing my mouse right here. Hmm. Interesting here. Just goes right through the block there. I don't know if I really and they're messing and this is a kind of a strength that I haven't really thought about too much with having TJ Defalco on the right side is this guy can just move out of the way, go change it up, go to the middle, and then have TJ Defalco pass from the one without it messing up his route at all either. So it's kind of fun. I think he just misses wide there. Oh, and the Sunbirds take the first set. TJ Defalco ripping it from the back row again. Yeah, it's a beautiful swing. TJ Defalco has such a whippy arm swing. Look at I don't know what exactly you'd call this, but look at his arm if you guys can see it. How loose it is right here, and it just is a whip. Okay, what the heck? Sorry, guys. Yeah, that's crazy. I just want to see this play again, but just straight OT. And like you have to stay deep in the court with a player like him because he's going to go over the top of the block every single time. Like that he's not a player that really goes sharp too often because he's hitting it from way too high. Like it would be really difficult for him to take it sharp and low because it would probably hit the person's hands anyways. All right, so they're getting a free ball back, going outside. Lucarelli, no kill for him. Yeah, he's not having the best game. And TJ Falco also is blocking Muserskiy here. TJ Falco's a great blocker, but it just didn't work out for him there. That's a scary one. You don't want TJ Defalco going down, man. Yep, this is why TJ Defalco. This is part of the reason why TJ Defalco is playing on the right side for this because Muserskiy is just a massive blocker, man. He's just a extremely large person. I do wonder how much he's making though, because pretty sure he's been one of the highest paid volleyball athletes in the world for multiple years, probably. But I think he's been in Japan for a few years now as well. He's on the line there. I don't know. Hey, see, this is something I kind of see a lot nowadays. Is like he could hit it fast right now, like he could be hitting it right now, but he waits a little bit extra, lets it go further, gets it outside of his body a little bit more, and then he has more space to take it line. So like if the ball's traveling horizontally, you can wait a split second longer and have it travel outside the block a little bit. And then you can hit your line a little bit easier. Yeah, not really sure what could have been better here. Like, I mean, a lot could have been better there, but I don't know what the real idea was there. I mean, still, like this is kind of a similar thing because he's hitting it earlier, so he can take it across. But teachers, oh come on, yikes, Fujiwara Makes a tough choice here. Yeah, that's not where you wanna go on a free ball. You don't wanna try and go right over Muserskiy's head on a free ball, man. And now when this setter is front row, you gotta attack that space. And that's probably why they're running two routes right next to that setter is because you wanna just overload this guy right now. Overload him a ton. Go to the middle, go to the outside, go back and forth between these two options here. And it looks like they're doing the same exact thing here. He's going here, overloading this guy right here. Yeah. Run multiple routes, but you can also run an isolation type of thing too. Like if putting multiple people over there isn't working, like it's not getting solo blocks or getting good points, isolate, go one on one, let the dude just go ISO, mouse in the house, ISO, like right here. If you want to isolate this guy, this small guy, you can run a one, you can run a back one, whatever. You can isolate that dude. Good blocking by Takahashi here. And look at how he hollows out his body here. Look at how his body just completely hollows out. Some people call it the dolphin. Some people call it like hollowing out your body, whatever. I don't care. Just, I don't care what you call it. Just make sure you're doing it because it does make you press a lot more. Yeah, that's a beautiful swing. Wow. Just, he goes OT on it. He stays high. He knows who he has over there. Hey, come on, man. And even if you are a small setter, you can still be physical and quick. And the reason why this works is he does it very quickly. He does it before they can realize, oh, this guy's gonna dump. And when you're a small guy like this and you need to do aggressive serves, geometry, this spot is furthest from this spot over here. This spot is furthest from this spot over here. Mess with them geometrically. Okay, go short, deep. Go side to side. Make a move around. Go short. You're gonna have to be very creative if you want to be a good server and you are like physically challenged, I guess you could say. You know, Lucarelli, Bop, to Slivka. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I'm pretty sure it's Slivka. Muserskiy. He is just so large. I think he only had two errors the entire game too. Makes sense. He played middle for a while for Russia, but I don't know. I feel like he is probably a better right side than a middle because I think he might be a bit slow because of how big he is. And yeah, and this is you have to be creative. Like this is a very imperfect situation for TJ Defalco, but he's able to just do something aggressive and put some pressure on that block on those defenders, and it ends up working out. Gosh, man, that is huge. And this is a really good job of tracking the ball. He has to get it over the top of his head. I mean, he looks away, but still, I think that's a very good job of tracking the ball. Beautiful shot. Yeah. Hmm. And if you are going to go over the top down that line like that, you have to know for a fact that the six spot defender is going to go cross because yeah, it's a free ball if that guy's not going cross. I like this route right here though. Quick, quick. You got to be quick. You got to be creative. You got to be able to just have a feel for the ball. Be like, hey, run it right here. Boom. I like that a lot right there. This is fun volleyball. This is creative freedom. This is the flow state, whatever you want to call it. I love that. Like being able to just run an audible. And I feel like that's a big part of today's game is being able to run audibles and just, okay, the situation doesn't call for a normal route. Run me on this instead. Run me on this, run me on that. That's why if I coach in a few years, I'm gonna be perfectly fine with kids messing around after practice, running some weird routes and trying some weird stuff after practice or even during practice. I don't care. I gotta let y'all be creative, or else you're not gonna be high volleyball IQ players. Jeez, man, Lucarelli's just getting cookied on everything right now. Look at how hard TJ Defalco transitions here. Okay. Hustles, gets off, perfectly times it, swings hard. I need that separation that TJ Defalco has between his arm and wow, gosh, man. I need TJ Defalco's arm swing. Shlivka being able to do this. This is cool too. Obviously it doesn't work out. Maybe he could have been a little bit more physical with it. That's good stuff. Yeah, and Sekita just finds the window so often. There's very little time or very few times when he misses somebody's window. Yeah, TJ Falco knows for a fact that this guy is going to be attacking that small blocker right there. You have to be ready for that. Like right here, same thing. I don't know what he's ready for. He's not even on the line, not even seen on the line. You gotta get down that angle. Fujiwara. Okay, what's happening here? Oh, come on, big guy. Come on, let Muserskiy take it. You silly goose, you. And first of all, they gotta communicate, let Muserskiy go. But also, if this middle is like, no, I'm gonna take it. Do something better than what he just did right there. Gotta do something physical. You can't just free ball, quick free ball over. That's not gonna work at this level. Yeah, this is the same thing though. Like same thing. Okay, I'm not sure what's happening. This is a quick play. TJ Falco does something aggressive and it still works out. Yeah, what does your okay, not this isn't perfect. I'm just gonna put pressure on. What does that tip or what does that swing look like for you? Because if it is okay, this isn't perfect, I'm just gonna free ball it over. You're not gonna be getting cool points. Like you're not gonna be getting more points than you should, if that makes sense. Little bear or that middle is the lefty, having him run there. And honestly, this is good stuff because it spaces this guy out from this guy. Okay. A lot of the time, I feel like whoever the middle is furthest from, like your attacking middle, whoever that furthest guy is usually a very good person to set. That's why it's important, again, to move around your routes for that middle. Wow, jeez. Ooh, what a save. What a save, man. That is wow. That road on the net right there. What an attack by Fujiwara right there too. Like, be physical, going high off the hands there again, swinging hard and stuff. Muserskiy passing right here. I would try and short serve Muserskiy there if I'm being honest, but I don't know if TJ Defalco really saw that beforehand or not. Who's that serve from? De Armas? Who is De Armas? I do not know who you are. TJ Defalco going line. Yeah, and I assume TJ Defalco loves swinging down the line when he's back row like that. Who is this guy? Who is this big dog? Number 5. What the heck? Wow. I don't know who you are, but you're a large human, that's for sure. Big block. Nope. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you definitely got used there, buddy. I did double sub or subbing this guy, and they're making subs now. It's 23, 24, 20. They're making subs, trying to figure stuff out. You know, I still don't know exactly how I feel about making a lot of subs late in the game because coming off the bench is not an easy thing to do, first of all. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that is beautiful. And I've said this before, but if you're able to, on these tight passes where it's like, oh, this guy might dump, if you're able to get it to this back row right side here, this is going to happen a lot. Open net, it's a field day for them. You still have to give them a hittable ball, but you're going to give them an open net all the time because that outside is going to jump with you a lot. And if if you're in a different lane and somebody else is going to jump with you, like say the middle is going to jump with you, that's when you set the middle. Also, yeah, you understand me. Back. Wow, line seam. Yeah. TJ Defalco takes a lot of those swings where it's just like I wouldn't say mindless. I wouldn't say it's mindless, but he's just like, okay, I don't see anything. I'm just gonna swing hard, which is good sometimes. Like it pays off a lot of the time because he swings very hard. But that one right there, he just got a little bit lucky. I'm not gonna lie. Communication is very important. Those two got kind of confused on that right there. Let's see this. Good run. Yeah, honestly, I would completely try to isolate these two guys because Muserskiy's able to help so much. And the thing is, with how big he is able to help on the middle, but also still be fully prepared on that outside. That's why I wouldn't run right in front of him, but it worked out there. It wouldn't run or it worked out there, so I can't really say too much. Ooh, I like this. I like this swing. Let's check this out. Ball eyes inside, takes it sharp, chips it off the arm. Yeah, this is better. This is better because now the only person that can help is this guy, and this guy cannot nearly help as much as Muserskiy can. I got 23, a small middle, getting picked on by those middles over there. Oof, TJ Falco got faked out. He got faked out. Muserskiy back to serve. It's a pretty decent pass. Is Yamamoto on the Luton team? I think he is. I thought he was on this team for a bit. I don't know. Floater incoming. Yeah, and these guys are they're taking all the floats with their platform, man. I don't know why. I don't know if there's something else about it, but this right here, TJ DeFalco's footwork was very incorrect, and he ended up going into the net because of it, I think. They have him back up the pass, out of system. Jeez, I don't know why this guy does a little hop as he does that, but you guys see that little hop? I don't know why he does that hop. I don't I don't know. Maybe it's practical. I don't know. Maybe that's just what he's trained. I don't know. See, like this is really nice here. This is beautiful. This is really impressive here. And I like, this is an added part of it too, is TJ DeFalco's talking here, acting like he's not even paying attention, acting like he's not gonna go in, acting like he's disinterested. But then once that toss goes, he's in. I like that a lot. And this is why that's why it's good to do it, is because you get the libero to where you think the guy's gonna serve. The libero is able to just take it and like obviously libero is usually gonna be a better passer than the other person. Bang, bang. Back to Muserskiy. See, this is a good touch. This is all you really need as Lucarelli undersized blocker compared to Muserskiy. You just need a soft touch. You need to slow it down a little bit, help it out. Okay, floater outside Lucarelli. There we go. And when you're playing against a big block like this, you really got to go sharp. You got to find really good angles because look at how much space he's taking up. Yeah, you got to be able to do that. Oh, my nose itches. Oh my goodness. Lefty, 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 middle. That's a fun route right there. I think he's no, that's the correct footwork there, but he's got to take it so far outside his body, so I messed him up a little bit. This libero over here for JTEKT is honestly impressing me with his serve receive. He's passing really well right now, doing some really good stuff, and like the show and take is really good too. Yeah, and if you know where this guy is like where the middle is going to be approaching and if this guy's going to be helping like if you know this number 7 is going to be helping on this middle a lot of the time the line is going to be open because he's kind of just like getting stuck in his feet a little bit more there and he's not able to get out all the way and take the line, you know? The line is open there a lot more often than not if that guy's helping with the middle. Muserskiy. Jeez, man. Let's say that again. Why not? Why not give him a big block? Why not show Muserskiy who's big, yeah? Good stuff. Lucarelli. I like watching Lucarelli, but I don't know. I don't know if he's I don't know if he's who I should really be studying or not. I don't know. I mean, 9 errors, 12 kills, 28 swings or something like that. That even possible? No, he had more swings than I did. 36 maybe? I don't know. Again, not a perfect situation. What does your okay, I'm just gonna put pressure on them. If I score, I score. What does that swing or tip look like? And that's that right there. Because that's not his go-to thing. His go-to choice is not to dunk it like that, you know? Obviously, yes, sometimes that's gonna score, but like that's not what he's planning to do when he's going up there. Usually. Usually. It's very rare if someone's thinking, okay, I want to tip this one. I've done that in the past, though. It just depends on the day. Over the top, beautiful, beautiful. Wow. Muserskiy's, I was wrong. I was completely wrong. Muserskiy's playing some good defense. He just gets hit, man. I don't know. I don't know why that happens, but maybe it's because he's so tall, it goes into his platform without him having to make a good defensive move. Gosh, how tall is he? I'm gonna look that up. Hey, good help there. Good block. Let's see this. Good double block. And yeah, personally, I'm okay with TJ Defalco staying down because the ball dies inside. Really, it wouldn't be super aggressive if he went over here to this one spot. And like him just being up there with an okay block means that he has the possibility of getting tooled. That's why I don't like it when people go up and try to block a free ball because a lot of the time this is what the game is now. But if you're trying to block a free ball, you get tooled. Let me finish that thought real quick. This is what the game is coming to now. Okay, you need to be able to do this. If you want to have really good, really high scoring games, you need to be doing that when the ball's not perfect or if when there's a good block in front of you. You need to be able to do the dunk, swipe, um, lefty tip, all the stuff. You need a big toolbox. It's the same as basketball. They're like, "Oh, what's your bag?" You need a bag in volleyball too. You can't just have one single swing or else the defenders are just going to sit there the entire time or the blockers are going to sit there the entire time. If you're Muserskiy, you might be so large that it's really hard to stop that one single swing. But even Muserskiy's got some range. See, he's still able to swing line. He can still do some. He's got some different swings. But what does your bag look like? What does your range with swings look like? And then how creative can you be when the situation's bad for you? When the set's not there, when the block is really big in front of you, when the situation is really quick and you don't have the best approach, what do you do in those scenarios? Can you still score in those scenarios? What's your bag? Big old swing. Big old swing by Murserskiy. Right here. Another reason why you need a bag. You can't just take a basic swing every time or else you're not going to score. If he takes a basic swing, and I love the deep swing to the deep corner, but you got two defenders there. This is the correct move right here. Is tipping it right over the block into the open space. That's where the game is developing to because people are able to. I think the men's game, the defense is getting better. Like I think the defensive system, and people reading the ball, like being able to read swings, I think that's getting better. Yeah, it's crazy that was. I'm surprised that was not called a carry or a double by that middle there. But hey, stuff happens. JTEKT makes a substitution. I'm not sure who. I don't know who. Muserskiy. Free ball to libero. Who's somebody's under? Who went under? Oh, okay, this guy. De Armas. Was it De Armas? Yeah, De Armas was under. I love rolling my R's. That's why I like Spanish. It's fun. Fun stuff. Like like honestly, I would be perfectly fine, even though TJ Defalco's back row here, in this scenario here, I would be fine with him just putting up a little ball right here, letting TJ take a swing, you know? Yeah, I don't think the game is developing to, okay, we have to be a perfect route, has to be a perfect approach every time. That's not at all what the games are developing to. It's being able to do quick stuff and score off of those quick things. So, if you can stand there and jump and still score with a swing or a tip from that, um, I think that's more useful than being able to transition really well right now, which both are important. But I think where the game is developing to, it's like more important to be able to just from where you are at the current moment, go up and score. Go on, does he save it? He does not. Okay, big spin here. Ran Takahashi. I do like watching Ran Takahashi play. Like this right here. This is why the game is developing the way it is because a swing like this is a good swing. That's a fine swing, but it doesn't score. Bang, bang down the line like that. That was a good swing. That was a good swing by Muserskiy. And you got to be able to do that too. But if you don't have that available, you got to be able to do other stuff. And I think Aaron Russell is one of the best examples of that right now. Obviously, Engapeth, one of the best players in the world. I think he's a phenomenal example of that, is being able to be creative and do stuff. Honestly, so many French outsides do that stuff. Even Mickey is doing different tips, stuff like that. Lepke, super creative outside, does some really cool stuff, and he's playing really well lately. I think Lube just 3-0'd Piacenza. I'm actually going to watch that game after this one. Yeah, that's just where the game's going to, man. Ooh, really gets bopped there. And I do think it's important for defense in the men's game to keep expanding as well. Like we got to keep getting better at defense because rallies are what makes someone watch the game. Like everyone says all the time, like, oh yeah, I really like watching the women's game because of the rallies. Like that tip that TJ Defalco just had. It's a basic tip. It was a boring tip, not gonna lie. But hey, sometimes you gotta do that. Wow. I just realized that they threw Sekita over on the outside. So, but Muserskiy's back row, so it doesn't really matter that much, I guess. Oh, goodness. Sorry, my shoulder's real tight. De Armas serves out of bounds. Sekita. Yeah, I like that. I mean, look at the and when you see Japanese players making serve receive moves, mostly serve receive moves, look at how low he stays the entire time, and like he maintains balance the entire time he's moving over and taking that ball. You can't just be selling out all high. Like maybe this is a good example of it. Is this? I mean, Lucarelli opens his hips really well there, and does it, but he gets high, so if that ball keeps going, he can't move from there. You can continue moving if you're low and athletic, but if you stand up, you can't move from there until you go back down and get ready and be athletic. I hope that makes sense. But it's easier that right there, that principle is much easier to coach that in person. Like this is where the men's game's approaching or going to. Quicker transitions, quicker sets. I'm not saying the tempos are going to be quicker, but you're going to be able to run tempo more often, is what I'm trying to say. At lefty middle, lefty middles, people say, oh, there's never lefty middles. Lefty middles, it's so hard to do it. I think it's fine. I don't think they really makes that much of a difference. Obviously you run a few more back ones, but who cares? I mean, it's still the same principles. This is a bomb down the line here. Wow. And this is a similar thing to what I was talking about. He lets this ball get in front of him and then just takes it all out. That's beautiful. Gosh, Sekita got babied there. Yeah, de Armas. That's a nice swing. Really nice swing. Up, 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 up. Okay, they got a free ball here. Sekita running his offense back there. I like this overlap. He bites on the middle, one on one down the line. Beautiful. Yeah, and that line, he barely had any line open there, I'm not gonna lie, but he still took it. He was able to score off of it. Fujiwara, number 12, the 0-2 for them. So Miyahara is on JTEKT as well, correct? No, maybe that's a different team. I don't remember. I do not remember. I don't mind TJ Defalco on the right side though. Obviously, he's an undersized outside, but he still can do a bunch of cool stuff. Did I say undersized outside? I meant undersized right side. But in reality, I don't know. You don't have to be big to be a right side. You just have to be able to take really good swings. Like as a right side, your most important thing is your attacking. Everything else is second to that. And now TJ, you have to be able to take swings too, though. It's a good balance. You have to be able to swing on some weird situations as well, but you got to be creative, and there's always a way to score. There's always a way to score. You just have to be able to have such a deep bag that you're reaching into the bag, and your bag of tricks just has a bunch of different ways to score, and you just find the right one every time. That's how you score every time. Deep bag of tricks, and you just pick the right trick every time. Yeah, these moves, like he's shuffling, taking good angle, opening his hips, making a really good angle. Gosh, the technique on these floats are beautiful. And look at this. Look at Ren Takahashi. Look at how he shuffles over, stays low and athletic the entire time as he's tracking that ball, and he just lets it slide because it's going out of bounds. TJ Falco, let's see what he does. Ooh, he gets blocked there. Yeah, I think it's important to keep the ball tight if you want to be doing creative stuff because once the ball gets off the net, there's a lot gets taken away from you, pretty much. Hey, give it to me. Yeah, this is much better. Ball's in front of him. He can see the block better when the ball's in front of him like that. Sunbirds got to take this one here, and they will. Muserskiy starting him off. Boom. Bang. Bing, bang, boom. Going OT. It's a tough one. I mean, it's just only so much you can do against a 7-footer who takes the ball real high. Lefty. It's cool to have a lefty middleman. I think it's just so cool. So rare. Misses that one. 24-18. They finish it here with a. Let's see what they do. Undersized middle kill. Lucarelli got hit in the face there. Okay, we got the fifth set now. The end score, the end score is 14-16 Sunbirds, but I want to see how this happens. Why do they win in the fifth set? And when you go into a fifth set, a lot more chance goes into it. Like this, the lower the score is, beautiful swing by the way. Let me see this one more time. Yeah, TJ Falco loves swinging line, man. I just want to take this frame by frame. Yeah, beautiful. Anyways, the lower the score that you're going to, the more chance gets added into who wins. So a game to 25 and a game to 15. I think it's more plausible for the best team to win that 25, the game to 25. But if the game's to 15, it's more just a little bit more about chance. A few points go this way, a few points go that way. Like if you're playing a game to 1, imagine the amount of chance in that. Like some dude could just miss his serve or whatever. But if you go to 50, The best team's gonna win. That's why I think it's called is it silent scoring? No, no, no. Silent scoring? Whatever the scoring when you can only score when you're serving. Whatever that scoring is called. Like the old school rules. That's why I think that is actually kind of realistic, you know. Hmm. Well, not realistic, but like it takes some chance out of the equation. And it's more like, okay, yeah, the better team's probably gonna win. Yeah, throw it back to him. Why not? Why not? And still, like, even with how large Muserskiy is, he still can take it sharp at an angle instead of just basic one swing. One swing fits all is a lie. If I say one swing fits all, I'm a liar. I'm a scrub. I'm a scumbag if I say that. This swing is beautiful though. This swing will work every time. This swing fits all. No, I'm just kidding. No. But no, for real, like if I tell you that you don't need it, that you can take one swing and it's always gonna work, that's a complete lie. You change a very small thing between two plays. One time the same swing will work, the next time that same swing won't work. It's just not gonna. The next time the same swing might have an error, just if the block moves this way or something. Like it's all so dependent on everything around it. Like there's so many variables that go into it. All right, we got JTEKT up 8-7. Go to the outside. TJ Defalco not able to make a big enough move. I mean, that's a pretty big block move, but TJ takes it, or sorry, Rand Takahashi takes it real sharp there. The middle, 19, the lefty middle taking it. I like this little inside route. And if you're running like a inside route like this, be ready to bang across. I wouldn't say that's an inside route, but you guys know what I mean. He came from a very, very strong angle, sharp angle, ready to bang across. You gotta just mix that up a bit. I feel like, you know what? I haven't thought about this before. You can have a deep bag with your approaches too. Like you can change your approach every time and it'll help you with certain things. Very interesting. I might try that out tomorrow at my game. Go in the middle, bang, pop. It's a really good turn. Obviously his momentum's all going over here, but he's still able to get over top of the ball, get behind the ball wherever you want it to go. Like if you want it to go that way, you got to get your hand right here, right behind the ball, behind where you want it to go. That's where your hand contact needs to be, unless you're going side spin or something like that. Look at how much space this libero's been covering this whole game, man. I really think I might talk to my liberos about trying some of this stuff out because dang, man, stuff's impressive. Lefty middle, man. That's why it's good to have a lefty middle. This is a big strength. When the pass gets moved forward, throw in a back one, unexpected, bounce. Okay, you got 12-11, JTEKT up, and they get aced. Let's see what happens here. Wow. Fujiwara got aced. This backup middle. Murserskiy barely jumps here. Barely jumps and still is just so far over the top of Sekita. Oh my goodness, man. He's such a giant. Okay, we got a bad pass going out there. Okay, they get one. Yeah, you got to swing cross against there. You cannot swing anywhere near Muserskiy. That would be a huge risk trying to swing anywhere near Muserskiy. Lucarelli's at such a disadvantage here. This would be a really good situation for Lucarelli to try and swipe off of Muserskiy because the like straight force to force, Muserskiy's gonna have a big advantage because I mean he can stand there and continue it. Like he doesn't have to stop jousting at any point. All right, we got 14-13. Pretty sure it finishes out 14-16. So they probably score right here. Yep. Even it's a weird one, but hey, it still works. Okay, decent pass going to Muserskiy. They're just feeding Muserskiy now, which makes sense. I'd probably do the same thing. Lucarelli, high pass, out of system. Uh-oh, outside the pin. Oh wow, what a point to finish it out here. All right. Sunbirds win. Thanks for watching.